Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the All Around Growth Podcast, a show that provides insight and tools to build the life and homestead of your dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser, and I am your host. And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are and whatever time you are listening to this show. This is Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, coming at you as I leave from the homestead, headed into the day job. I'm going to be honest with you. This morning I am feeling a little discombobulated of sorts. I had an interesting evening last night, was unexpectedly invited onto a Zoom call. And I don't know, prompted me to do some additional writing, I'm thinking. And that was interesting. And I ended up simply making dinner and getting right into some music. And I stayed up later than I should have, playing tunes, and didn't make my lunch, so I had to make some lunch today, but I was running short on leftovers, so I just kind of whipped together a meal replacement shake and some turkey. And it's not going to be a good day for food until dinner, when I can whip up something nice. But unfortunately, plans this evening were canceled because my friend is having some pain in her foot, my new playing partner. So there's a lot of things going on. Feeling discombobulated, decided to grab 365 Tao, a book of daily meditations, and reading off the back cover, this treasury of life-enhancing daily readings turns a wise Taoist light on every facet of life. Each daily entry begins with a one-word title and its Chinese character in elegant calligraphy. A brief poetic aphorism provides the theme, followed by a clear, insightful meditation on the day's Taoist principle. Dengming Tao is the author of The Wandering Taoist, 7 Bamboo Tablets of the Cloudy Satchel, Gateway to a Vast World, and Scholar Warrior. So guys, here's the thing. Even if you have a rough morning where you're feeling all discombobulated, now, that doesn't mean that I didn't wake up early and do yoga and take my cold shower, but it was this whole having to make lunch and being out of the routine that sort of threw me out of my routine and leaving for work later than I anticipated. But nevertheless, take a moment to pause, even if it's reading a simple daily meditation like this. It's December 15th. It's the 349th day of the year. The one-word title of the reading is Water. And the brief poetic aphorism reads as follows. Drops. Water cleanses. Gathers in the earth. Tender. Invasive. Subtle. Emerges a shining river. When small, it is weak. When great, it tumbles mountains. Rendering great cliffs. Sand. And the insightful meditation on today's principle reads, classic wisdom says that there is nothing weaker than water. Yet when united, it can become a titanic force, like a tidal wave or a river that cuts through gorges. This is called the yielding overcoming the hard. Let's look at it another way. Water does not overcome because it yields. It overcomes because it is relentless. It perseveres and does not give up. It is constant. Rock can block water. Rock can even hold water in a lake for thousands of years. Why can't the yielding overcome the hard then? Because it cannot move. It cannot work its magic of being relentless. Just as water must be able to express its true nature in a relentless way, so too must we simultaneously and relentlessly express our true natures if we are to be successful in life. Otherwise, we will find ourselves hemmed in by the hard walls of reality, and we will never be able to break through. But how do we acquire such perseverance? We start small, as drops. All right, before we hit the road, guys, I'm going to reread this last paragraph for you, and I want you to listen to this closely. Just as water must be able to express its true nature in a relentless way, so too must we simultaneously and relentlessly express our true natures if we are to be successful in life. Otherwise, we will find ourselves hemmed in by the hard walls of reality, and we will never be able to break through. Okay. This is good. You see, taking a small moment to reflect, to meditate, to pray, to even do something like tapping. What is tapping? EFT tapping. I'll link to that in the show notes. It's a process, it's a tool, it's a resource that you can use to mitigate some stress in your life in the moment when you're experiencing it. And it really doesn't take any longer than 5 minutes, but it has noticeable, measurable effects. And it's something that was introduced to me by Yvette Davis, a health coach that I worked with earlier in the year, that really helped serve as a springboard to where I'm at now. I'll link to her in the show notes as well if you want to reach out and you've ever thought about working with someone to help you get over the hump or help you move forward from where you're plateaued at currently. But where was I going with that? I don't know. But just taking a moment to regroup can do wonders for your mind and help serve as a reset for the rest of the day. And I hope that if you're listening to this, that not only does it resonate with you, because I know you've been there too, but I hope that these words in this show helps serve as some kind of a reset for your day. It may only be for a few minutes, but some of these pauses that I take really help what I just said sink in. A couple episodes ago, I recorded something on and the title was "All Beginnings Are Hopeful." I think that was Monday. And indeed, that rings true today. Yes, I was feeling discombobulated because I had to do things out of my routine this morning. And, you know, I don't know, the way I'm wired, I work really well with a routine and some structure. And when I have to do things that are out of that, it's not a big deal. You know, but I prefer the former rather than the latter. All right? So simple. Grab the book, read, think, reflect. And today, because I'm bringing this book with me, obviously I used it down the driveway for show notes. But have you considered bringing a devotional of some kind with you to your day job, or with you running errands? Just to be able to pull out and reference at any given time for no particular reason, or for particular reasons. I've gotten in this habit of carrying this man purse, right? It's a glorified fanny pack, basically, and I like to think it's cool because I used to use it on shorter day trips where all I really needed to carry was a couple liters of water, and maybe some shells for light weather, a fleece when we reached elevation or something. But we were never gone for short day trips. And the nice thing is it's got this shoulder strap, and it's also got this wide whatever. Okay, so I carry shit in it now. I mean, it even fits my laptop vertically, and I've got a virtual appointment scheduled later today, and that's another reason why I feel discombobulated. Is what I was doing last night, this staying up late and getting my groove on. It was wonderful. It feels good to see those black marks on my fingers, on my fingertips from the fingerboard. New calluses forming. But I also did not journal. Not only did I not make my lunch, I didn't journal. Gasp. This doesn't sound like a big deal, and I'm blessed to have reached a point in my life where this is the big deal in my life. Oh, I didn't make my lunch and I didn't journal. Well, my friends, if that becomes the big issue in your life that leads you to feeling discombobulated in the mornings, then you've done some things right. But I've certainly felt, I think there's some other things contributing to that feeling of discombobulation. And most certainly, that feeling of discombobulation in your life is from a completely different set of circumstances. So yes, take a moment, pause, read, reflect, meditate, pray, engage in that tapping sequence, breathe, escape to the bathroom, pretend like you're taking a shit, but do one of those things. Regroup. You're worth it. You deserve it. Now, when I was reading the couple paragraphs there that provided the insight into today, how did that go? The clear, insightful meditation on the day's principle. Well, what was mentioned, I'm getting distracted because I've got this Jeep behind me. These goddamn Jeeps nowadays. We've got these lights and everything's, some of the aftermarket parts on these Jeeps cost more than the value of my entire truck. All right, that Jeep turned, thank goodness. But there were a couple things that stood out to me in this reading this morning about the nature of water and how there is nothing weaker than water, yet water overcomes water is persistent, how rock can hold water, but over time, that water will make its way through the rock. Water starts small, has the capability of moving mountains, we read. And basically what we're talking about here with water, I believe the word used was persistence. And this was something that came up in this Zoom call last night. Rather than persistence, it was consistency. And I don't want to at this point, I'm reluctant to share too much about the nature of this call, right? But one of the things that was talked about and brought up by someone in this context about consistency was about the frequency with which the product this individual was delivering on a consistent basis, same day, same time, week after week after week. Consistent. And what was asked was about the process. How do you get the end result for delivery? I think it was Monday morning, or say 7 o'clock. Every Monday morning at 7 o'clock. This other individual replied, Monday, Tuesday is the brainstorming, Wednesday is the outline idea assembly, Thursday, Friday is the actual work, Saturday, Sunday is the revision and preparation of the final product for delivery Monday morning. And it sounds like, well, I'm not going to get into the details and the time frame. I'm getting close to work and I've got to get ready to conclude. And when I first read this, and this was just down the driveway, and this was where the thoughts turned, read of the persistence of water and consistency, and how consistency was something that was suggested to me with regard to this show. And again, if you're listening to this in this moment and life is hectic, there's a lot going on. I know for a lot of us out there that do listen to this actively, there's a lot of change happening, a lot of transition going on in life. But hopefully listening to this right now just gives you a moment to pause and think, regroup, but also reflect on the persistence of water and how consistency is a big factor in the successful achievement of the goals that we set. And if we're not setting goals in the first place, then it's no wonder we've kind of reached this feeling of stagnation or discontent with life. I'll also drop a link for goal setting in the show notes as well. 2022 goal setting workbook that I've used over the past few weeks now to get ready for the upcoming new year. And that's going to provide the easiest framework I've seen to date in my entire life to work through goals and make progress in life. To do what? To build the life and homestead of my dreams. So guys, if you like what you've heard on today's episode, I would encourage you to check out the show notes for links to everything I've referenced in today's show, along with links to all past episodes. And yeah, subscribe to the podcast. There will also be a link to how to leave a rating and review in Apple Podcasts. At this point in time, December 2021, the majority of podcasts still come through the Apple Podcasts player, all right, and then are disseminated out to the various podcast players of choice. In my case, I use Overcast when I listen to podcasts. And Apple has changed the way in which they, play podcasts, I guess. And it's become a little bit different to leave ratings and reviews. So hopefully that video helps. Ratings and reviews on the show definitely help as well. It affects the algorithms and helps expose the show to new listeners who might enjoy it just like you do. And if you like what you hear and you do enjoy it, feel free to share it on social media. At this point in time, I've been lacking in the self-promotion department. I just recently created a Facebook page. Check that out. Got a few likes out there from Andy, Chad. But the page is relatively new. We've got a group. We're not supremely active on Facebook, but we are on Telegram, and I would encourage you to check that out as well. t.me/allaroundgrowth. And that's it for today's show. And I look forward to catching you tomorrow. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.